Hello and welcome to my channel. Today I've got for you another video about tires, and today I'll be reviewing a Metzeler Roadtec O2. Excellent tires that I won't buy ever again. Very confusing, right? Well, watch till the end and I will explain why. If you watch my channel, you probably know that I did try a few brands of tires, and my favorites are Metzeler tires. In my opinion, they are the best on the market. Of course, as I just said, it's my opinion. You don't have to agree with me. You can have your own favorites. That's absolutely up to you. For me, Metzeler is the tire. So when I heard in the end of 2024 that Metzeler made brand new Roadtec O2, I decided that I'm gonna buy it and I would try it. Since I ride Versys before my second generation Versys and now third generation Versys, I never liked the original Dunlop tires which are delivered with the bike. So after wearing these tires till the death, I always changing for Metzeler. And first I did use a Metzeler Roadtec 01, which are pretty good tires, but when I'm traveling, the bike is fully loaded, this tire is getting quite quickly flat in the middle, mostly from the riding on a highway. So later on, Metzeler made a new model, a Metzeler Roadtec 01 SE, which is dedicated for heavy bikes. The Roadtec 01 SE have in the middle a little bit harder rubber compound, which means that the tire don't wear off that quickly in the middle. So it's a perfect tire for riding with a heavy bike on highway, which by the way I hate. I always try to ride more fun roads, more curvy roads, but sometimes you just need to get somewhere very quickly, and then the highway is of course the best way to do it. So knowing these two types tires and riding them quite a long time, for 7 years, I know them very well. But you know, I'm always open to try something new, because who knows, maybe they will be even better than the Roadtec 01 or 01 SE. So I was pretty happy when I heard about a Roadtec 02, and I rode and heard quite a lot of good opinions about these tires, even from you guys, from my subscribers. You were writing me that they are phenomenal and you are very happy. So I decided I'm just gonna buy them and I will try it. Metzeler Roadtec 02 tires are a bit more expensive than Roadtec 01, but there is not very big difference. So I paid for the set, so the front and the rear, about 16 or 17 euro more than I would pay for a set Roadtec 01. So the difference wasn't very big. So I did change these tires in June, and I threw away my old Roadtec 01 SE tires, which were worn out after about 12,000 kilometers. And I did mount brand new Roadtec 02. And I did it just before my trip to UK, Scotland and Wales. I had fold-up case, full-sized cases, 40 liters dry bag with my camping stuff, 2 crossbar bags and just a few more things. So everything was very heavy and they were properly tested from the beginning. Roads in England are very porous. The tarmac is not nice and flat, it's just very porous. And it's eating tires like hell. Well, I didn't know that. That was my first trip to UK, but I learned it very quickly. So for the first few days I was riding on a dry surface, a little bit on a highway, a little bit on the smaller roads, and the Roadtec 02 performed perfectly. The tires stick to the tarmac like they were glued. They perfect in the corners. I didn't have any sliding actions or anything like that. They were just exactly where I want them to be. After a few dry days I had the chance to ride in the rain, and it was quite heavy rain. And the tires again, they were performing fantastically. They were again glued to the road. I wasn't afraid to go into the corners even with the higher speeds on heavy rain. The bike was going like the train. The tires didn't lose any air, so they were completely tight. They were getting quite warm while riding, but the outside temp was quite high as well, so that's nothing different when you're riding with the black tires on a black tarmac, which was heated up from the sun. So they were quite hot, but they kept the air pressure and there was no problem at all. When they were new, the tires looked great. They had very deep tread, so a lot of rubber, and you think automatically you're gonna ride quite a lot of kilometers. But right now you are thinking Andy went crazy because he's saying only good things about these tires, that they are perfect, that they're sticking to the road. So why he won't buy these tires again? Well, problem is these tires are very soft, which is not so good for heavy traveling. So I did change the tires for the Roadtec 02 3 months ago, and since then I did 2 trips with very heavy loaded bike. Both trips were about 4,000 kilometers. So in total, since the tire change, I did 8,000 kilometers. Well, let's see how they look now. So this is my rear tire Roadtec 02, and this tire did 8,000 kilometers. As you can probably already see, it's totally flat on the top. It's a bit flat here. As you can see, the rubber is very worn here. And in the middle, so these are 1mm strips, which are always inside the thread. And when you that close, that means that you have 1mm of your groove left. And that of course means that you need to change the tire. So it is flat, which means after 8,000 kilometers this tire is done. Well, there is less problem with the front tire because there was just less weight on the front. So the tire isn't as much used as the rear one, but it is completely deformed. It has 2 stripes here, it has a stripe here, and if you look closely here, this is what I find very strange. So left side of the rubber is worn much more than the right side, which is very weird. And with my finger I can feel it, that in here is worn much more than here and here, so there is just a hole in it. I don't know if this will be visible, probably not. It is a bit strange and I don't know how is that possible, but the tire, the rubber, isn't wearing evenly. So I have much more here and less here, almost gone here, and here I have 2mm. So when you go like that with your finger, you can feel you look. And what I noticed, when I ride about 16 kilometers per hour, my bike is jumping like that. I can feel with my hand that in some places the tire is worn deeper here in the middle. That is very weird. But still, in the corners, on wet and on dry, this tire sticks to the tarmac like crazy. I didn't have any problems in the corners when it was dry or even when it was wet. So why is it worn uneven? I have no idea. So I was really broken because they are performing better than Roadtec 01 or 01 SE, but they are just too soft for heavy traveling. They are gone after 8,000 kilometers very quickly. So that's 4,000 kilometers less than a Roadtec 01 SE. So the conclusion here is very simple. Metzeler Roadtec 02 are great tires. They're perfect performing tires, but not for heavy traveling. These are not touring tires. If you have a naked bike or some other bike that you're commuting every day to your work, they will be perfect. If you want to travel like I do, with a lot of stuff, with a heavy bike, they're not for you. They're gonna worn out in a second. On the Metzeler website, the Roadtec 02 are described as touring tires, sport touring. And that's the same description as Roadtec 01 SE, so touring tires. But I don't think they are. I think they're more sport and road tires than touring tires. So as the title of this video say, I love these tires, they're perfect, but I won't buy them anymore. They are not for me, they are not for my riding style. But maybe in the future I will buy them for my classic Honda. They would be perfect for this bike for sure. But for my travel horse Versus, which is always heavy loaded, I'll be going back to my beloved Roadtec 01 SE, which are great tires as well. I really like them and I use them for years and I'm quite happy with them. And I can do on these ones 12,000 kilometers, which is not bad for the tires. It can be always better, of course, but I think 12,000 is good enough. At least good enough for me, because 12 to 15,000 kilometers, it's exactly what I do each year. Maybe in the future I will do it more, but then I'll just buy 2 sets. So, and with that conclusion, guys, I'm gonna take my Rabaconda tire changer and I'm gonna throw away the worn out Roadtec 02 and I'm gonna mount my Roadtec 01 SE. So let's get to work. And that was the moment I realized I had a completely different problem. Shit. Houston, we have a problem. But that's a problem for another time and another video. So, see you then.